Inshallah, today we will start with tutorial number 7, trigonometric function. In this chapter, we will study the radian measure and degree measure, okay, of angles. How can find the sine of and cosine from trigonometric right triangle, sorry. Also, we go to the how can find the differentiation and integration of a trigonometric function sine and cosine, okay. Other trigonometric function like tan, we already study how can differentiation when we study the sine and cosine, okay. The first slide about the radian and degree, so I need to put it blank slide to learn the convert from radian and degree measure. The first measure radian and degree. To convert from radian to degree, we must use this formula: degree equal radian multiplied by 180 degree over pi. But if we have degree measure and we need to convert it to radian, we use the formula radian equal degree multiplied by pi over 180 degree. The angle in degree, put it circle. For example, we have degree for angle like this, okay, 30 degree. Also, we can put it this is the degree measure. In the radian measure, we can put it pi over 6 like this. So this is are equal, 30 degree and pi over 6 are equal, but each one for the first one for degree, the second for the radian, okay. But the sine of 30 degree equal the sine of pi over 6 radian, okay. For example, like the temperature, Celsius and Fahrenheit, this is the maybe the same but different number, but we can convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius, from Celsius to Fahrenheit. We can also convert from meters to inch, from inch to meters, like this, okay. So now we have to measure radian and degree. How can find the if we have one, how can find another? By this formula. Example about this: if we have degree and we need to convert to radian, for example 90 degree or minus pi over 3 radian, or 150 degree, or 5 pi over 4 radian. Now we have 90 degree. We need to convert these angles, major angles, to radian. So the radian equal 90 degree multiplied by pi over 180. Okay, 90 over 180, 1 over 2. So we have pi over 2. So the 90 degree equal pi over 2. In the radian, from radian to degree, the degree equal minus pi over 3 multiplied by 180 degree over pi. Remove pi and with pi, 180 over 3, so we have 60 with negative 60 degree. So minus pi over 3 equal negative 60. Okay, now another one, 150 convert to the radian multiply by over 180. Remove 0 with 0. 15 over 18 we can simplify by divide by 3 each one. 15 divide 3 5 and 18 divide 3 equals 6. So we have 5 by over 6. Okay. Last one, the degree of 5 pi over 4 radian multiply with what? With 180 over pi. Remove pi with pi. 180 multiply 5. So we can doing by calculator over 4. So we have divide by 4, divide by 4, 45 degree. 45 degree by 5 equal 5, 20, 22 degree. So 225 degree. Okay, any question? This is the formula to convert from degree to radian and from radian to degree. Also in calculator you must check. If I put it example in degree, the calculator must be in degree. If we put it the angle in radian, we must use the angle radian, but you need to check the calculator also radian. Okay? Any question? Wait. طيب لحظة، في عندي الشات معلق، خليني أشوف إذا عندكم أي تعليق. لحظة شوي، عندي الشات معلق. طيب يا ريت تكتبوا إذا في أي شيء يحتاج توضيح، يعني ما بعرف، أو بجوز أنتم ما كتبتوا. No, by calculator just multiply fraction. But I means, Ibrahim, when you use the angles in the sine and cosine and given, from example, the angle in degree measure, you must check the calculator, your calculator in degree system. Okay, so if you calculator in radian and put it the sine, for example 30, so the calculator take the 30 as radian, but in example the 30 for example as degree. So you must check your calculator when you use the angle. Okay, لحظة انه عندي الشات معلق، انا اشوف بعض التعليقات. على العموم لحظة خليني أفتح الشات عن طريق الجوال أفضل إذا أقدر. طيب فقط للتأكد رجاء كتابة أي شيء. ميرا أوكي. طيب يعني اكتبوا شو مفيد أقرأه. طيب ماشي أوكي. تمام. طيب نكمل. أوكي. Now we have the positive angle and negative angle. Okay. Positive angle and negative angle. This is positive if we have like this, the angle, and the direction on counterclockwise. So the alpha may be, for example, pi over 6. So this is positive pi over 6. Okay. If we the direction of terminal side counterclockwise, this is the positive angle. Okay. This is initial side. This is the terminal side. Okay. And this is the angle. But this is positive angle because the direction counterclockwise. But if we have the initial like this is initial side, and the terminal side, this is terminal side, and the direction clockwise, so this is negative side or angle, sorry. Okay, and like this is, for example, alpha minus pi over 6. Okay, but if we have the direction from here counterclockwise, this is positive. For example, this is beta equal 11 pi over 6, because the one whole direction, this is equal to pi or 360. Okay, we have many angles. Straight angle, this is the 180 degree or pi. Okay, and we have right angle, this is 90 degree or pi over 2, and we have one complete direction or complete circle, this is 360 or 2 pi. Now we need to go to the right triangle. Before right triangle, what's the value of this angle? Look at this angle, one circle, this is equal what? One circle counter is clockwise, so we have minus 2 pi. Okay, clockwise negative 360, good. But we have also one straight line, also negative, clockwise, yeah, minus pi. So minus 2 pi plus minus pi equal negative 3 pi. Okay. right triangle. This is the right triangle with angle 90. The opposite of angle 90, this is the side called hypotenuse, الوتر. And opposite side, opposite for what? For the angle T. Angle T, the opposite of angle T, this is Y, okay? And the adjacent of angle T, this is the X, okay? Opposite means مقابل T. Adjacent مجاور T. And the hypotenuse, this is the الوتر في مثلث قائم الزاوية. Okay? What's the relation between R and Y and X? The relation between them. What's the relation between them? This is what? The relation between R, X, and Y. What's the relation? This is Pythagoras. Yeah, Ibrahim. Good, Ibrahim. This is Pythagoras. R square equal X square plus Y square. So if we have two sides, we can find the third side. Okay? The R equal radical X square plus Y square. So if we have the X and Y, we can find the hypotenuse. Also, if we have the hypotenuse and opposite Y, we can find the value of X, because the X square equal what? Equal R square minus Y square. So by take the roots, we have R square minus Y square. Also, if we have X and R, we can find the opposite. So the Y square equal R square minus X square. Take the radical, Y equal roots R square minus X square. Okay, by Pythagoras laws. Now, also we have the tan, sine, and cosine from the right triangle and with using the angle T. The sine of T equal what? Equal the opposite over hypotenuse. This is equal Y over R. And the cosine of T equal adjacent over hypotenuse. This is equal X over R. And the tan of T equal opposite over adjacent. This is equal Y over X. Okay, this is the three important laws to find the sine, cosine, and tan from right triangle. Example about this. Example, I put it example, wait. Example, let T is the radian measure of the angle shown. Find, this is the right triangle, and this is the angle T, and we have 3 and 2, hypotenuse 3 and opposite 2. So we need to find the sine of T, cosine of T, number 3, tan of T. Okay. Now, the sine of t equal what? If we put it this one equal x. This is opposite 2 over hypotenuse 3. This is the sine. Okay? This is the sine. Opposite over hypotenuse. Now, the cosine of t equal what? The cosine of t equal what? X adjacent over 3 hypotenuse. Okay, but we need to find the value of x. We must find the value of x. What's the value of x? X square equal what? Equal hypotenuse minus 2 square. So x square equal 9 minus 4 equal 5. Take the root for both sides, so x equal what? Radical 5. Good, Afnan. So this is equal what? Radical 5 over 3. Radical 5 over 3, the value of x. Tan t equal what? 2 over x. So we have 2 over radical 5. Okay, any question? Any question? Okay, another example. Let t equal 0.25 and a equal 8. Find the value of P and C in the right triangle. This is T and this is A equal 8 and this is C and this side B. T equal 0.25. 0.25, the angle of T. This is in radian or degree? If we have degree, we must put it like this, circle above the number, but this is 0.25 without circle, so this is radian. Okay, this is radian. Okay, now how can find the value of B and C? If we need to find the value of, for example, C, we need to find the value of C. We use the sine or cosine or tan if we need to find the value of C. Cannot find the value of C and B. Okay, by Pythagoras cannot, because we have one side only given in example. So the Pythagoras, using Pythagoras, if we have two sides to find the third side, but here we have one side. Okay, sine for finding the C. Good, because the sine of T equal what? Equal A over C. T given, A given, so we can find the value of C. So the value of C equal what? A 8 over sine the value of t 0.25. 8 over sine 0.25. Now, using your calculator to find this value. This equal what? Approximate. This is equal what? Using your calculator. 8 over sine and put it 0.25. Okay, some student put it 32.33. Some student put the value 183.3. So which one is correct? This is correct. Why? Because this one, the calculator in radian, but this one, the calculator in degree. So this is wrong because the value of angle in degree in radian. So your calculator, the system of your calculator must be radian. Okay? So firstly, change the system of your calculator. You can find the D. The D, this is degree. So convert this one to R. Okay, by what? By, where is my calculator? I think setup and choose 1 or 2. Okay, setup and choose 1. Sorry, shift and setup. Choose 3 or 4. Sorry, shift and setup, and you can choose the degree and radian 3 and 4. Okay. Now again, radian 4. Yes. Again, recalculate this one. You must your answer 32.33. Okay. This is very important. Now to find the value of B. To find the value of B using what? Sine or cosine or tan? To find the value of B. Which one using? Sine or cosine or tan? Tan. Because the tan of t given, and the tan of t A over B, A given also. Also, we can use cosine because already we find the value of C, cosine B over C. But in the first step, we already find the C. Okay. Now, tan of t, tan 0.25 in radian equal 8 over B. So the value of B equal 8 over tan 0.25. This equal what? We can using the Pythagoras. We can. No problem. Okay. This is equal what? This is equal 31.33. Okay. Also, we can using Pythagoras because already C square already find it in the first step equal A square given, and we need to find the B square. So B square equal what? 8 square plus 32.33 square. Negative, sorry. Wait. C square, this is 32.33 square minus 8 square. Okay, so the B square equal, please find this one, equal 981 point for 23, take the roots. B equal, also this is the same, 31.33. Okay. Take the radical, acyl. Check please. Take the radical for 981.22. This is equal what? 31.33. Okay. Any question? Any question? Okay. Another example. Let T equal pi over 7 and B equal 3. We need to find the value of A. Find A from the figure for right triangle. This is T, this is A, and this is B that equal 3. So we need find the value of A only. Okay. Now, if we need to find the value of A using the sine or cosine or tan, if we using cosine equal what? Cosine of t. Cosine of t equal what? The adjacent B over hypotenuse. But hypotenuse, this is no need. Okay, and also not given. So this is unknown, and we need to find the A, not hypotenuse. Okay, now another one, Rawan, tan, Iman, tan. Okay, Karim. So, good, Karim. So, tan of t equal what? A over B or B over A? Tan of t equal A over B or B over A? B over A. Adjacent. This is the adjacent of what? Of t. This is the opposite of t. Okay? So be careful. The adjacent of B, or of t, is B. And opposite of t, A. So now tan of t given, t by over 7. Also B given, 3. Now we need to find the value of A. Okay. This is correct. This is correct. Tan is opposite over adjacent. Good. This is the opposite. This is the adjacent. So not B over A. This is A over B. So this is equal A over 3. Okay, good. Kareem, good. Rawan. Afnan, good. Now the value of A equal what? 3 tan pi over 7. By your calculator, give me the value of A. This is 3. Wait. 3 multiply by tan and put it by over 7, but must be check your calculator in radian. So we have 1.447 and so on. So 1.44. Good. Your calculator in radian. Good. But if we put it, this is in degree, for example, T equal 35 degree, you must check your calculator in degree. Okay? This is the difference between the value of degree and radian. Okay? Any question? Okay, now we need to go to the sum properties of sine and cosine. This is sum properties for sine and cosine. The first one, if we have the value of sine, we can find the value of cosine by, this is the famous relation between sine and cosine. Cosine square plus sine square must be equal 1. Okay? This is very important and famous properties for sine and cosine. Now, the second one, if we add 2 pi or subtract 2 pi for any angle, this is the same. Okay, look at this angle. This is the angle T. Okay, if we go to the 360, okay, and plus T, so this is the same direction. This is the same direction. So have the same sine and same cosine. Okay, so the T or T plus 2 pi or T minus 2 pi or T plus 360, this is the same. Okay, so add or subtract 2 pi for sine and cosine, this is the same. Okay, example about this one, cosine for 3 pi, this is the same for cosine pi, because pi, if we add 2 pi to pi, this is 3 pi. Okay, so 3 pi, this is the same pi. Okay, the third one, the negative for inside the angle of cosine, we can remove it. So look at this, minus T, this is the same cosine of T. Cosine of negative T, this is the same. Example, cosine of negative 45 degree, this is the same cosine 45 degree. Sorry, 45 degree. This is the same with negative or without negative. But inside, we can put the negative outside the sign. So multiply with. Example, sine of pi over 6 negative, this is equal minus sine pi over 6 positive. Okay, so in negative, in sine, we can put it outside the sign or put it in the angle, but in cosine, we can remove it. Now, the number 4, this is mean the angle, the cosine and cosine are equal if the angles of them equal 90. The addition of angles equal 90. Okay, yani in another word, cosine of A equals sine of B. This is correct in case A plus B must be equal 90 degree or pi over 2. Okay, so example about this, cosine 75 degree, this is equal sine 15 degree, because the 75 plus 15 equal 90. The sine equal cosine if the angle of cosine plus the angle of sine equal 90. The last one, we can ignore the last one, but the sine we can distribute it as sine for the first angle, cosine of the second, and swap plus cosine of the first multiplied by sine of the second. Okay? Some application about this properties. I put it some application. Wait. Example. Number 1. If the sine of t equal half, we need to find the cosine of t. Number 2. If sine t plus 2 pi equal 0.7 radian. So we need to find the sine of t. Number 3. If cosine of t equal 0.75, we need to find the cosine of negative t. Number 4. If cosine of 10 degree equal 0.8, we need to find the value of sine 80 degree. The first one, if we have the sine, we can find the cosine because we have the relation cosine square plus sine square equal 1. So the cosine square of t equal 1 minus sine square, this is 1 over 2 square. So the cosine square of t equal 1 minus 1 over 4. Now cosine square equal 1 minus 1 over 4, this is equal to 3 over 4. Take the root for the both sides, so we have cosine t equal radical 3 over 2. Radical 3 over 2. Okay? No, the sine square plus cosine square equal 1. Okay? Now, we need to find the sine of t, but given sine of t plus 2 pi already given. So sine t plus 2 pi, this is the same sine of t, because the add of 2 pi or subtract of 2 pi, this does not change the value of sine. So this is equal 0.7. This is the same. Also, the cosine of negative t, this is the same of cosine of t. This is the same because we can remove the negative. So this is equal 0.75. Number 4, look at the sine and cosine. This is the addition between them. The angles, the addition angle equal 90. The 10 plus 80 equal 90. So the cosine of 10 equal the sine, so the sine 80 degree equal the cosine 10 degree. So this is equal 0.8. Okay, any question? Any question? Now the differentiation of trigonometric sine and cosine. Wait. Derivative of sine and cosine and tan. Derivative of sine, cosine, and tan. Number one, f of x equal sine x. So the f prime of x equal cosine x. The derivative of sine, cosine. Okay. Number two, f of x equal cosine x. So the first derivative equal negative sine x. Number three, f of x equal tan x. This is equal secant square of x or 1 over cosine square x. Okay, secant, this is the 1 over cosine, the secant 1 over cosine. Okay, so we can put it 1 over cosine square or secant square. Number two, if we have the coefficient in x, for example sine ax, this is equal, the derivative equal, or gx, in general gx. So f prime of x equal what? Equal the derivative of the angle g prime multiplied by the derivative of sine, this is equal cosine. But the angle, this is the same, not change. So the angle gx of sine, after derivative, the angle of cosine gx also. This is the same. Also, if we have f of x equal cosine gx, now f prime of x equal the derivative of the angle g prime and the derivative of cosine, this is equal minus sine, and put it the same angle. Look, the same angle. If we have tan gx, now the derivative of the angle g prime and the derivative of tan secant square and put it the same angle without any change. Some example about this. Number one, find the f prime of x. Number one, f of x equal x square multiplied by sine x plus 5 cosine x. Number two, f of x equal ln 2x minus cosine الx. Number 3 f of x equal sine الx في cosine الx. Number 4 f of x equal we can put it the e to the power tan lx like this. Okay, now the first one, f prime equal, what's the derivative of x square multiply sine x? This is a product. This is a product. So we need to find the derivative of the first multiply the second plus the first multiply the derivative of the second. Okay, so this is a product. 2x multiplied by sine x plus now x square multiplied by the derivative of sine, this is equal cosine, plus the derivative of 5 cosine x, this is 5, derivative of cosine negative, so put it negative sine x. Good يا نايف، ممتاز. Okay, now the second equal the derivative of the ln. We already studied the derivative of the ln in the previous quiz, yeah. What's the derivative of the ln? The derivative inside the ln over inside the ln. What's the derivative inside the ln? 2 plus sine x. 2, this is the derivative of 2x. Minus cosine, the derivative of minus cosine minus sine. Negative. So put it positive. Okay. Any question? Now, the third one, this is product also. So the first derivative cosine x multiply cosine x plus now the sine x multiplied by the derivative of cosine, this is minus sine x. So this is equal cosine square x minus sine square x. Okay. No, not equal 1. This is plus equal 1. If we have cosine square plus sine square, this is 1, but we have here difference, not addition. Okay, Rawan? Now, the third one, the derivative of e, this is the same, e of tan x, but the derivative of exponent. What's the derivative of tan? Secant square of x. Okay? Any question? Number 5. Example number 5. This is f of x equal sine x square plus radical cosine ex. Number 6, f of x equal tan radical x plus sine ln x. Number 7, f of x equal sine for what? For cosine x. Okay. Okay, this is 6, 7 here. F of x equal sine cosine x. And number 8, f of x equal cosine square for the 5x. Okay. Rahim, Doctor 3, please. Okay, I will return to number 3 after finished. Okay. Now, the number 5, f of x equal sine and the angle x square plus radical cosine and the angle ex. So f prime of x equal the derivative of the angle 2x. After that, the derivative of the sine, this is cosine, and the angle, this is same. The angle of sine already the same angle after the derivative of sine. This is inside cosine also. Okay. Plus the derivative of radical, this is derivative inside the roots over 2 multiply the same roots, cosine ex. What's the derivative inside the root? Derivative of the angle ex, derivative of cosine minus sine, and the same angle ex. Okay? This is not the product. Cosine ex, this is not the product. This is the angle. Okay? Because after cosine or after sine, this is the angle. If we put it ex or ln x, this is not the product. This is the angle. Okay? Now, f of x, f prime equal tan radical x. So, what's the derivative of angle radical? 1 over 2 radical x multiply by the derivative of tan secant square and put it the same angle. Plus, what's the derivative of ln? 1 over x. The derivative of sine, cosine, and put it the same angle. Okay. Here also we have sine and inside the sine cosine. This is not sine x and cosine x. This is product. But if we remove this one and this is the angle of sine. So the derivative of sine for cosine x, the derivative of angle, this is minus sine x. After that, the derivative of sine, this is cosine, and put it the same angle, cosine x. Okay. Last one, this mean cosine 5x all to the power 2. This is all to the power 2. So we have the brackets to the power. So the derivative of f of x equal, okay, put it the power, put it the same inside the brackets, new power equal 1, okay. And now we need to find the derivative of cosine 5x. What's the derivative of cosine 5x? Derivative of the angle, derivative of cosine, negative sine. So we have minus 5 sine 5x. This is the derivative of f of x. We can put it the negative 5 multiply 2, so we have negative 10. Put it sine 5x and put it cosine 5x. Like this. As simplify. Any question? Any question? Ibrahim, but 2 outside, and the same. Which one to this one? Which outside? Outside tan for radical x. This is not outside. Also, if we not put it like this is not multiplier, because after tan and sine and cosine must be put it angle. So what's the angle of tan? We have radical x. Okay. You means this too, Ibrahim? Number, I will back to number 3. This is number 3. Okay, this is the derivative of sine. This is equal cosine. Put it cosine as it is. Now, the first one as it is. Now, multiply by the cosine negative sine. Cosine, cosine, this is cosine square. Sine, sine, sine square. Okay? Any question? Any question? Okay, now the integration. The integration we must we just find the sine and cosine integration only, okay? Integral for sine and cosine. Number 1, the integral of sine x dx, this equal negative cosine x plus c, because the derivative of cosine sine minus sine multiply by negative, so we have sine. Okay, now the integral of cosine equal what? Must be sine, because the derivative of sine equal cosine. Integration of cosine equal sine. Okay, now if we have the coefficient in x, for example sine ax dx, so this is equal minus cosine and put it the same angle ax, okay, but divide by a, the coefficient of what? Of x. Also for cosine ax dx, this is equal sine ax over a plus c. Okay, the coefficient of what? Of the x. Example about this, definite or indefinite integration. Example, find number 1, integral of 3 sine x plus e to the power 2x dx. Number 2, integral of 6 cosine 2x minus 15 over x to the power 4 dx. Number 3, integral of sine by x over 2 dx. Now, the integral of the first 3 equal 3 and integration of sine equal negative cosine Lx plus integral of e to the power 2x, this is the same, over 2 plus c. The second, this is equal integral of 6 cosine 2x minus 15x to the power negative 4. So the integration equal 6 of sine, integral of cosine sine, the same angle over the coefficient of x, minus 15x to the power, add 1, so we have minus 3 over minus 3 plus c. This is equal, by simplify, equal 6 divided to 3 sine 2x minus minus plus 15 over 3 5x to the power negative 3 plus c. Now the integral of sine negative cosine, the same angle by x over 2 over, what's the coefficient of x here? The coefficient of x equal what? The coefficient of x equal what? 1 over x? No, pi over 2. This is the coefficient, pi x over 2. This is the coefficient of x, pi over 2. So after simplified, denominator of denominator, numerator. So we have minus 2 cosine pi x over 2 over pi plus c. Okay? Any question? What's the meaning 2x square, ya Ibrahim? Where is this one? 2x square. Where is? You put it 2, number 2. But you put it 2x square. I don't find the x square. Where is the x square? When we took the integral for the sine. No. This is one, not integral for the angle. Integral cosine, sine. Put it the angle, this is the same, no need to change. Look at this one, not change, not put it x square over 2. This is not change, but put it over the coefficient of x. What's the coefficient of x? 2, so divide by 2. The angle the same, without any change, okay? Look at the rules. The sine ax, this is the same, ax, not change. But divide over what? The coefficient, just coefficient. Okay? Now, before take the definite integration, we have famous angle for sine and cosine in the degree, radian, the value of sine, the value of cosine. We have 0 degree and 0 radian. 30 degree, this is equal pi over 6. 45 degree, this is equal pi over 4. 60 degree, this is pi over 3. And 90 degree, this is pi over 2. And 180 degree, this is pi. 270 degree, this is equal 3 pi over 2. 360 degree, this is 2 pi. By calculator, you can find the value of this one. The sign of, the sign of 0, 0, the cosine of 0, 1, the sine of 30, 1 over 2, cosine radical 3 over 2. This is radical 2 over 2, radical 2 over 2, cosine and sine. 60 equal radical 3 over 2, and this is 1 over 2. This is equal 1, 0, 0 minus 1, minus 1, 0, and 0, 1. Okay, this is the value of sine and cosine for degree and radian. Now we can put in the definite integration. Example about definite integration. Find the integral from 0 to pi over 4 for what? For 4x minus sine 2x dx. Okay, now the solution. This is equal 4x square over 2 minus the integral of sine negative cosine. So we have plus cosine and put it the same angle, 2x, but divide over the coefficient of x like this. Okay, don't forget that. Now we need to substitute 0 and pi over 4. We can remove 2 with 4, this is equal to. After substitute pi over 4, we have 2 multiply pi over 4 square plus cosine 2 multiply by pi over 4 over 2. This is substitute the pi over 4. Now substitute 0. 2 multiply 0 square, this is 0, plus cosine is 0 over 2. This is 0. Okay. Now we have pi square over 16 multiplied by 2, so we have pi square over 8 plus remove 2 with 4, so we have cosine pi over 4, this is equal also 0, minus, okay, minus 0 plus cosine 1 equal 1, cosine 0 equal 1, so we have 1 over 2. So the value equal pi square over 8 minus half. Okay. Any question? Any question? Another example. Find the integral of cosine pi x over 2 tx, and we have from negative negative 1 to 2. Negative 1 to 2. Okay. Now, the solution. What's the integration of cosine? Directly sine the same angle. Okay. Over what? The coefficient of x. What's the coefficient of x? Pi over 2. Now we need to substitute negative 1 and 2. After simplified, denominator of denominator, numerator, so we have 2 sine pi x over 2 over pi. Now we need to substitute negative 1 and 2. Substitute 2, we have 2 sine 2 pi over 2 over pi. Substitute negative 1, 2 sine negative pi over 2 over pi. So this is equal. Sine, will remove 2 with 2. Sine pi 0. So all of these 0. 0 minus. Now we can put this negative outside the sign. So we have negative negative. We have negative negative sine pi over 2 over pi. What's the value sine pi over 2? 1. So this is equal 0. Remove 0. Negative negative. So we have positive 2 over pi. This is the value. Because the sine of pi over 2, this is equal 1. Okay? Any question? The last example and application of integration. Wait. The application of integration, we have the average value. So we can ask you find the average value of f of x that equal cosine pi x over we can put it by x over 3. Okay, on the interval x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal 6, like this. Okay, now the solution. The average value AV equal 1 over b minus a multiplied by from a to b of what? Of f of x dx. So this is a and this is b. So we have 1 over 6 minus 1 from 1 to 6 of f of x that cosine by x over 3 dx. This equal 1 over 5, okay, 6 minus 1, multiply by the derivative of cosine, this is equal sine by x over 3 over pi over 3. And we need to substitute the 1 and 6. Okay. Now, after simplify, 1 over 5 multiplied by 3 sine pi x over 3 over pi and 1 and 6. Now, this equal 1 over 5. Substitute 6, we have 3 sine 6 pi over 3, and this is means 2 pi for sine 0 minus 3 sine, and put it the 1, substitute 1 pi over 3 over pi, like this. This is 0 because sine 2 pi equals 0, and 6 pi over 3, this is 2 pi. Now, the value of sine pi over 3, as mentioned in the previous slide, this equal radical 3 over 2. So we have 1 over 5 multiplied by negative 3 multiplied by radical 3 over 2 pi. This is pi over 3, like this, radical 3 over 2. So we have put the denominator of numerator. So we have minus 3 radical 3 and 2 multiply 5, 10 pi, like this. This is the average. Okay. Any question? Any question? Okay. This example, we finished the tutorial number 7, trigonometric function, and how can find the derivative or find the derivative and find the integration, find the sine of cosine from trigonometric or right trigonometric. Also how can convert from degree to radian or from radian to degree. Okay.